Gratitude. Chosen one, your path is 10 times harder, your load 10 times heavier, because you are becoming superhuman. And so your trials, your challenges, again, are going to be 10 times harder than the average person. And so it's because of your level of strength, your level of wisdom, and the level to which you are expanding in your consciousness, in your mental, physical, and spiritual strength. Bigger muscle requires a bigger weight. Okay? If you want your muscle to bulge a little bit bigger, then continue to increase the mass of weight that you are lifting in the gym. And this is what's happening with you. You are developing your spiritual muscle. The Most High is showing you how strong you actually are. So a lot of the challenges that you are facing are challenges that you, before going in, don't think or are not sure that you will be able to conquer. And each time you conquer it, because the Most High already knows who and what you are, which is more than a conqueror. You have royalty inside your DNA. And so this is being brought to the forefront, facilitated by the challenges. The challenges are necessary. If they were not necessary, they would not be there. They are not there as a punishment for following God. They are not there as anything other than the necessary weight that you need in order to develop a bigger muscle. You know, when a lifter is lifting weights, it's not pleasant, it's painful. They voluntarily do this because they know what the end result will be, and they have a goal in mind. And so yes, I'm going to put myself through this pain because it's necessary in order for me to develop a bigger muscle. We have to remember that we wrote our own contracts. I always talk about us being the writer of our own stories. And when I say that, I'm speaking of our highest self, okay? Being the writer of the story that the 3D version of us is living. And so the 3D version of us may not readily remember writing the story. So the writer of the story already knows that these challenges have been written into your contract, because the writer of the story wanted the character to become a very strong, wise, and fearless individual. And so in order to become that stronger, better, and wiser individual that you are becoming, these challenges are necessary. So just consider these challenges to be your spiritual weights, your spiritual dumbbells, and they were the dumbbells that you asked for because, you wanted to shape your body in a certain way and develop this muscle mass that was necessary to have the curves in the places where you want them to be. It's muscle that makes the curves, And so, regardless of where the curves are, it's muscle that makes the curves. And so, the weights are necessary. The pain is necessary. So the phrase "no pain, no gain" is, it's very truthful. Okay? The pain is necessary. This is whether it is emotional, mental, physical pain, because the spirit does not really feel the pain. The spirit is the writer of the story. Okay, so the spirit is always aware of what is going on. So when we get into alignment with our spirit, then we can also be aware of what's going on at all times, and it lessens a lot of the darkness that causes the fear, because none of that is reality. It's all illusion. The illusion is grand, okay? And the stronger that you are, the grander that your illusion is going to be, okay? And, the key here is to be neurodivergent, okay? In that you do not conform to this world. You are in it, but not of it. And so, being neurodivergent just means that you're not an NPC. Okay. And so you're an awakened, individual who is free in your thoughts, and therefore in your creations, in your manifestations. And so the ones who are the way showers, who are, the soldiers on the front lines, you are again becoming superhuman. So don't compare your challenges and your path to the humans, because you know that you are not one of them. And so don't look at their lives and the things that they, are experiencing, because that's their story. Your story is cosmic. It is God-sized. And so too will be your challenges. So too will be your spiritual wisdom and strength and knowledge. So too will be your power. So too will be your level of freedom. No pain, no gain. And so if we wish to gain the kingdom, we have to go through the challenges that are presented as we are exiting the matrix, as we are exiting the illusion. It is your exodus where all of the challenges are taking place, because you are in the act of escaping. Okay? So, when the slaves would escape in the movies, from the slave catchers, that was the fight of their lives, because this was something that they had been, trained to fear most of their lives, but that they were willing to face in order to gain their freedom, to get beyond the plantation. Okay, and their lives could have been lost in this. Their minds were focused on the destination. And this is how the ones who actually made it to their freedom made it there. They could not be looking behind them and checking for nobody, seeing who was chasing. They had to stay focused on the destination. And so this is my advice to those of you who are going through the toughest battles of your lives, who feel alone and, your faith is being tested. Understand that, this is the very last exam for you. It's the final exam, culmination of everything that you've learned thus far. Use everything that you've learned thus far, and you will pass this final exam with flying colors. Gratitude.